Alright y'all, we have the Beauty Blender Foundation to try today and a couple of other new products. So if you would like to see how she works out for me, then just keep watching. So the first thing I always do before I do anything else, y'all, it is hot in here. I never filmed this early and it's muggy. But we're going to try this Kat Von D 24 Hour Super Brow. This little packet comes in 4 colors: taupe, medium brown, walnut, and Roxy purple. We will not be using Roxy purple today. I do want to save the Roxy purple though, because I feel like you gotta try it. But to go to Walmart, I will not be wearing purple eyebrows. Alright, this little set comes with a brush, which I cannot get into. Alright, so let's go with medium brown. These are like a disaster to try to get into. Like now I got shit all over me. Okay. I'm not digging this brush. Maybe I should use one of my own. I do like the consistency, but this brush is hella hard to use. I'll try this brush. Okay, we'll take that. This color is way too dark for me. I wish I had went down to the taupe. But the formula is good. It was easy to use. I just don't have a good eyebrow brush because I typically do pencils. So that sucks. I'm going to go off camera and do my eyeshadow because most of the new products I have to try today are all face products. So let me go finish that. I'll be right back. So I had an eyeshadow disaster. Like, I don't know if it'll pick it up on camera, but it was a disaster. Alright, so we have the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer, which I'm super excited to try. The Beauty Blender Foundation. And we have this Tarte Creaseless Concealer. So, let's get the party started. It's very, how do I want to explain this? It kind of, it almost like it rubs in like a cream or an oil. I don't feel like it, let's get a little closer. It did not really fill in my pores. Nor did it really illuminate. Like, what is this supposed to do? First of all, I do not, because I don't use the tip, I use this side. So I just do it on my, there we go. It's 3 pumps. So the first day I used this foundation, I used a oil control, my NYX Angel Bell, and I really enjoyed it that day. The second day I used it as more of like an illuminating primer, and it got super oily in my T-zone. So I'm curious to see what this one does, because this primer sure did not fill in a daggone pore. Shit. And, you know, some of us, we need help in that area. I do think this is a relatively good color match for me too. On the coverage side, I think this is like medium. Now, I will build it up for you in just a second. So it is buildable. But it's definitely not full coverage. Now, it might be full coverage with a brush, but your girl just don't like brushes, so. Plus, it's a Beauty Blender foundation. Don't you feel like you should apply it with a Beauty Blender? Okay, that is one layer. It looks good. It's definitely a satin matte kind of finish. Not full coverage at all. And it's already starting to fall into my wrinkles and creases, which the Fenty didn't. Alright, so let's go in just a little bit more to try to build that coverage up. And this does build up very nicely. Okay, I'm just going to say right off the bat, of the 3 days I've used it, this is the worst that it's looked. And it has to be, I haven't changed anything other than the Tatcha primer. It looks, kind of greasy. Like right there, it looks like I have a dry spot right there, and I don't. I wonder if this primer should have been more of one that I pat in instead of rub in. I'm so nervous about this, y'all. I got it in light. I can already tell you, I do not like the texture. It sort of feels like, have you guys ever used the Amazing Cosmetics concealer? It feels like that. I've never used this, and I'm having a hard time getting product out. It feels super thick and heavy. I'm not sure how I'm feeling about this. Okay. It actually looks really pretty. It looks very glowy. So, that's better than I expected. That is really weird because I didn't think the way that it felt going on, I was like, there's no way I'm going to like this. And I think I kind of do. I have not said it yet, but it is creasing like a... But it's creasing in a weird way. So you can't really see that it's creasing. But it's almost like it's thicker in your fine line area. Alright, let's set it with the powder. I'm going to go finish the rest of my face. We don't have any other new products until we get to highlighter, so I'm going to finish it all. And we'll do the highlighter last. See you in just a second. Okay, face is done. I will save my initial thoughts for you in a moment. But the other new products we have to try is the Milani Strobelight in Day Glow. This is number 2. That's pretty. Alright, so let's start with the 24-hour Super Brow. It's not transferring, so that's good. I liked it. It was hard to put on, and I think that's simply because of the brush that it gave me, and I don't have a brush that works really well with pomade because I always use just a stick. So yeah, it's good. If it lasts all day, we'll see during the check-ins, but I gotta check the price of it. Let's just look right now. Okay, it is $19. It does not come with a brush, so you have to buy the Pomade brow brush separately, which is another $18. So if you got a good brush, you know, that's good. But it claims to be long wear waterproof brow pomade that delivers bold brows with high impact budge proof look. It's good. $19 is not a bad price. I thought it would be a little bit more than that. So far, yeah, if you like pomades, go for it. Alright, next we tried the Silk Canvas Protective Primer by Tatcha. This primer retails for $52. And some YouTubers like Jeffree Star live and die for this. It claims to be a velvety priming balm of pressed silk. Remember I said it feels kind of like oil as I was rubbing it in? It's the silk. that smooths and makes makeup last longer while keeping it out of skin, helping to prevent clogged pores and breakouts. I don't like this. I'm going to try it again with a different foundation, and we'll talk about the Beauty Blender foundation in a moment. Today's my third day using this foundation, and it looked good 2 days. Today it did not, so it had to be the primer. This even made me look like I had dry patches, and I don't have dry patches there. So it's weird. It either does not agree with my face or it does not agree with this foundation. So I will try it one more time with a different foundation. All right, then we use, well, let's talk about the Milani. It gives a really pretty glow. I'm happy with it. Would I say it's going to become a holy grail? No. Is it a good highlighter? Yes. Is the color pretty? Yes. Does it have a pop? Yes. But I think it just looks like pretty much every other highlighter. There's nothing special about it. But for a drugstore, I would say it is a good option. Oh, Beauty Blender foundation. Let's talk about you for a moment. So Beauty Blender clearly learned nothing from Tarte and Tarte's debacle. This foundation retails for $40, and it comes in 32 shades. And 32 shades sounds like a reasonable number of shades. However, you pass up a hell of a lot of shades to get to shades that would work on a woman of color. So the first one really is called Medium Plus with Warm Olive, and it has a lot of orange tones. Then you have Deep with Cool Olive undertones. I mean, they do have some options, and I'll post a swatch here, but there's a lot more beige in that 32 color list than any other color. So for that, I'm very disappointed in the Beauty Blender foundation without even trying it. So it claims to be full coverage. I would say that is inaccurate. I use 2 layers and I still see a lot of my flaws. So I would call this a medium with buildable coverage. It claims to be weightless, liquid whip foundation with a multi-dimensional velveteen matte finish that wears for up to 24 hours. I will agree with the weightless liquid whip foundation, and I would also agree with the velvet matte finish. 24-hour wear? I don't think so, boo-boo. The first day that I wore it with my NYX Angel Veil primer, and it worked the best with this. It's a mattifying primer, it's oil control, so by the end of the day everything did still look pretty on point. The second day I used it with more of an illuminating primer. Because it claims to be 24 hour, I thought, well, let's put a little illumination under it. But by the end of the day, this area here was a greasy mess. So for my skin type, I definitely need to use an oil control primer with it. Today, with this Tatcha primer, nothing looks good. First of all, I jacked up my eyeliner and my eyeshadow, but we ain't gonna talk about that. My skin looks aged. It looks like there's dry patches. I just do not like the way my skin looks today. Now, I can't blame her because the other 2 days I used her, I liked her. So I have to blame the Tatcha. Okay, so that's like a run through of all of the products. So it is $9.27. So I'll do a couple of check-ins throughout the day to show you how the foundation works with this primer. But regardless of what we find out today with this Tatcha primer, because I'm already starting it out very disappointed, I will tell you this. This foundation works really well for my skin, again, with a matte primer. Do I think there's anything super spectacular about this foundation? No. I think it's your average run-of-the-mill everyday foundation. There was nothing that wowed me. If you are looking for a foundation that does not settle into your fine lines, I would go for the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Foundation or the Fenty Beauty Foundation. If you are looking for longevity in a foundation, I would go with the Fenty Beauty Foundation or the ColourPop No Filter Foundation. If you are wanting something for coverage, I would go with the Milani Conceal and Perfect Foundation. So those are all of my alternate options. I just didn't find this to be anything special. I had high hopes for it, especially after watching Jeffree Star's video, but it just did not wow me. I think it's just a foundation, so nothing spectacular. We'll never repurchase it. I don't even know how much I'm going to grab for it, because those that I mentioned that are my Mac Daddies, I have. So I'm not going to reach for this over any of those. Alright, so let's get ready for the wear test and see how this lasts throughout the day. I'm headed to Walmart, so if it lasts through a trip to Walmart, yay! Hi, my loves! Alright, y'all. We have the Beauty Blender Foundation to try today and a couple of other new products. So if you would like to see how she works out for me, then just keep watching. Alright, my loves. It is 2:41. I think I finished this roughly 5 hours ago. So far she's looking pretty good. My nose is getting a little... I'm out of breath. Hold on. I just unloaded $400 worth of groceries and put them away. My nose was getting a little oily earlier, and I did dab it a little bit. It's starting to come off my chin here, falling into my wrinkles here. It's caking up in my nose. I don't even know what's going on right here with this concealer, but this concealer is cake city right here. And the foundation has fallen into my lines here. So, oh my gosh. I don't know if you can tell it, but this concealer, no. It's made my eyeshadow kind of bleed down, I guess. And it's not creasing, so that claim is accurate. However, in these creases here, there is no product whatsoever. So, 5 hours in, that concealer is a big fat no. The foundation, you know, I pointed out some areas of opportunity, but the foundation overall looks relatively nice. And what else are we supposed to be trying? Oh, my eyebrows. They look fine. I can't complain, but I'm not overly excited. So the eyebrows, 5 hours in, yeah, we'll give it 2 thumbs up. The concealer, hell no. This looks like shit under my eyes. And the foundation, we'll kind of give it like a, how about this? And I thought I would do my check-in now because I'm getting ready to nap. So there ain't no telling what this is going to look like after a bitch takes a nap. So if it's a good nap, it's going to look pretty bad. Alright, my loves, we will see you at the last check-in. Alright guys, it is 5:25. We are about to go wash this off my face. So, overall the foundation has held up really well. As I said when I put it on, it's a good foundation. I just don't think there's anything miraculous or new about it. Like, there's nothing stand out. It did last all day, even through my nap. I still have this dry patch here, but I didn't get that the other 2 days I used it, so I still think it is the primer. My nose is a little bit oily. Eyebrows did fine. Concealer is a definitive no. 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 But everything else, it did good. The foundation is okay. It's good. It's not like, oh, like I was with the Fenty foundation. So if you want to try it, give it a try. Me personally, I'm going to go wash it off. I'm going to try out one of my new masks from Face Story. If you don't know about Face Story, I do have a video coming, but I will link previous ones down below. Alright, my loves, until next time.